Hello, welcome to these free tarot wisdom energy readings. Here in Valencia, we have Valencia Day. Happy Valencia Day. Unfortunately, where I am, it's pouring with rain. So rain stops play and I still want to read cards. So, so I jump online and hope there's someone there who wants a card reading. I'm just checking if I'm going live on both channels. Should be on Facebook and YouTube. So I'm just checking. Valencia Day. Happy Valencia Day. Unfortunately, where I am, it's pouring with rain. Yep, going live on Facebook. I'm just checking YouTube. I need to activate the comments. That would help, wouldn't it? Activate the comments. Oh, hi, Debbie. Hi, Debbie. Oh, fantastic. Lovely to see you there. Just checking that I'm going live on YouTube as well. Yes, that's cool. Hi, Debbie. Yes, so yeah, brilliant. Debbie Alsford. I just love seeing your name pop up on Facebook, Debbie. You know why. I was Debbie Alsford too. So it just makes me feel so connected to you. Did you want a tarot wisdom reading? If you would like. And hi, Fayaz. Oh, nice to hear from you as well. Has rain stopped play where you are as well? Because I heard, Debbie, that England's actually quite sunny. It's over here, I think, that the rain is stopping play. If you would like a free tarot wisdom reading, then please comment yes, please, because I don't want to read for anybody who doesn't want to be read for. Of course, some people just like to say hello or hola, as Debbie has done. So yeah, let me know. Please say yes, please. And hi, Anita. I've got you on my list, Anita. I am going to read for you. It's very sunny today. Yeah, I just heard that from my mum and my sister as well. So Fayaz says yes, please. So Fayaz is the first. Oh, yeah, sorry. Debbie says yes, please. Like just a few seconds before. So I'm going to read for Debbie first. I'll get going. Just one quick thing I do want to say before I start. Please check out my website at deborahjanesutton.com. Tarot wisdom is my passion, but there's loads of other things that I do as well. If you're on Facebook, which I can see those of you so far commenting are, please check out my YouTube channel as well, which is Deborah Jane Sutton as well. I'm Deborah Jane Sutton everywhere. The YouTube channel has weekly and monthly tarot wisdom readings, as well as lessons in awakening and self-healing and all sorts of other things on there, interviews and chats and all sorts of stuff. So please check out the YouTube. Oh, and Vici there is on YouTube. Brilliant. Fantastic. Yes, I hope you're well as well. So yeah, the YouTube channel, really worth a look, because there is so much free content on there, a whole series of self-healing techniques, everything that I use in my self-healing practice. And my coaching and mentoring is all on there. There's lessons in awakening, which is all about the tarot wisdom as well, and how we can understand what's going on in the world from a quantum perspective. And also there's the interviews and chats. I've got a series with Liz Nagel called Self-Mastery with Liz Nagel. If you're we're all in the process of self-mastery, aren't we? And there's also a section called The Astrologer, the Mystic and the Tarot Reader, which is with my lovely friend Liz Nagel and our friend Amy Bird, who is the astrologer. So please check all of that out as well. So the other thing I wanted to say quickly was I am rewording it to tarot wisdom rather than energy readings. Yes, I read energy. Yes, I read tarot cards. I'm not sure whether I'm actually reading the card or whether I'm just verbalizing the message that I'm getting when I turn the card over. Now, tarot really has the old hidden knowledge in it, ingrained in it, embodied in it, I should say. And tarot is full of wisdom. And so I think it's the wisdom that we really want to embody at this time of the Great Awakening. So that's why I'm calling it Tarot Wisdom. We'll see what comes out. I am starting with Debbie Alsford. So I just want to check the comments. I can't always go back on them. Hang on to see. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to start with Debbie Alsford. And my name used to be Debbie Alsford. So I find a real connection. Can we please have, thank you. It came up, Debbie, before I even finished the question. Can we please have a card for Debbie? And it came up before I'd even got the question out. Debbie, oh, this is a beautiful card. I love this. The Two of Wands. Let me just tell you about the Two of Wands. Twos in tarot are always decisions of some kind. Wands are fire. And so they represent transformation, and they represent courage, boldness, being assertive, being passionate, being a little bit fiery. Follow your fire. Follow your passion, that fire in your belly. What is it telling you? It's not wrong. It's guiding you. I've never said that about this, so this must be for you, Debbie. That fire in your belly is guiding you. It's your guidance system. Now, he's got the whole world in his hands. You notice that? And he's looking out over the shores of heaven on earth, and he wants to create heaven on earth. So we as humanity are coming together at this time to understand how we create the reality that we're living, and to understand how we are co-creating the collective. And the reason that so much SHIT is coming up at the moment in the collective is for us to see and for us to clock that is not what we want in our world. So therefore, we have to ask, what is our contribution to having created that? Because we've just been programmed. We know that we've been programmed from day one. We know that society's been programmed. You've got to go back hundreds of years to go back to before the programming, right? So we have this idea of heaven on earth, and then we kind of limit it because we think we can't create that heaven on earth because of this, because of this, because of this, right? But the truth is, we are creator beings. There's only us that can create the heaven on earth that we choose. And we generally, as a collective, have collective views. We want to live in peace. We want to live in harmony. We want to live in networking with each other, connecting with each other. We want to live in a place where children can be who they really are, and how we can all use our gifts to expand the level of consciousness of humanity. Life doesn't have to be a struggle. There's lots of beliefs that we have that are overlapping, but we'll all have personal beliefs as well, won't we? We'll have personal views of what our heaven on earth is. So for some people, it might be living among a load of cats. For somebody else, it might be having horses around them. Somebody else might want to, I don't know what, but for me, I need to be reading tarot, right? So what is our heaven on earth? Our version of heaven on earth is going to be different for all of us. And it's so important that we work with that. And it's so important that we look at the collective, not only to see what we don't want, but to look at the collective as a mirror to what is within us that we need to work with. So if we're triggered by the greed, let's say, of the banks or the big, large corporations, or whatever, if you're triggered by the greed, we need to look inside and go, okay, where have I been greedy? Not on that scale, of course, but where have I been greedy? Have I been too materialistic? Have I been too greedy with somebody's time? Have I been too greedy with food? Have I been too greedy with wanting more money? I mean, where is it that I have been greedy? Because if you're triggered by what's outside of you, it means that it's inside of you on some level. Obviously, the mirror can be a magnifying mirror. So whatever it is that's triggering you in the outside world, like at the moment, conflict, right? Conflict is triggering so many people, right? And understandably, but we need to look and see if we can't physically go and help in the conflict, which most of us can't for whatever reason, or we're not here to do that, I should say. Where have we got conflict inside of us? Where have we got the conflict within? Where are we conflicted with our ideas and our thoughts? And very often, and I'm coming back to this card, Debbie, very often it will boil down to what you think, what you say, and what you do are not in harmony. If you think something, right, but you don't say it, that's a conflict, isn't it? And if you think something and say it, but your actions don't back it up, that's a conflict. So what I'm getting round to is like real peace comes when what you're thinking, what you're saying, and your actions are an expression of your total authenticity. Authenticity is the most powerful frequency. And that's what he's asking us to embrace, because the twos are decisions, as I said, but he has made a decision to follow his moral compass. That's what I want to say. He's making a decision to follow his moral compass. That doesn't always mean legal, right? There's a difference between legalities and moralities, right? Sometimes they overlap. Great. Sometimes they don't. This is all about morals. And about following that passion that you have within you, even if it goes against the grain, even if it goes against the grain, even if there are people that are actually mirroring your own self-doubt back to you, which often there is, isn't there? People doubting us, people telling us you can't afford it, you can't, how can you do that on your own? But he's saying when you take a step into the direction of where your morals are and into the direction of where your heaven on earth is, whatever that may be for you, then the people and the things and the resources that you need will come to you, because that's the way it's designed. That's the way your soul created its destiny. You have a destiny, and when you follow that destiny, everything falls into place and everything you need comes. So don't listen to the people that say you can't do it, you can't afford it, you need this, you need that, and you haven't got any of it. It's like, well, take a step. You have to take the step first, the action. Ones are physical action in the physical world. So you need to take that physical step, whatever it might be. And very often that first step can feel quite futile, can't it? It can feel like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know whether it's going to, it could be, you could be putting your resources into it. So it could be a bit of a gamble. There's always a leap of faith, isn't there? So what I'm getting with this, Debbie, is that there is something that the fire in your belly is telling you to do. And you've been, understandably, but allowing that doubt to get in the way. So what he's really saying is you wouldn't have that fire in your belly if it wasn't for you to carry out, because not everybody has that fire in their belly, right? I don't know what it's about, what particular project, but I think you know what project it's about. So you have to understand that you wouldn't have that passion. Wands is passion. You wouldn't have that passion if it wasn't for you to create. So your soul incarnated into this lifetime with a purpose, with a destiny. Your purpose is to be who you came here to be. And part of that being is actually expressing who you really are. And that expression usually comes in the form of some project or some channel, of doing, if you see what I mean. So it is about being, but sometimes we need to do in order to be authentic in our being. Does that make sense? Because we need a channel that expresses who we really are, who we are being. Does that make sense? Because it's like sharing it with others, isn't it? Sharing it with other people. So this is basically telling you, Debbie, yes, whatever that project is that you're thinking of doing and you're thinking you're not ready, or you're thinking, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Whether it works or not first time, it doesn't matter, but you're being asked to take a step in that direction and to trust. And when you take that step in that direction, if it's a direction that your soul wants you to go in, which it sounds as if it is, because it's all that fire in the belly stuff, then everything you need will come in. Might not come in quickly. I don't know. Remember, time is an illusion. So timing doesn't matter. You might start something and then it might plateau for a while and then you might carry on, or you might start something and it might all fall into place straight away. Don't ever get caught up on time, because time isn't real, as we know. So, but the important thing is that first step. So does that make sense, Debbie? I hope it does. I'm just trying to see if you've made another comment. I went off on one there a little bit. Yes. You're welcome. You're welcome, Debbie. Let me just see. Oh, okay. Yes. Just let me know if that resonated with you or not, Debbie. And yeah, it's always nice to hear if it's resonated or not. Um, Good morning, Deborah. What is my ex-Nixon energy at this time? Okay, I'm not quite sure I understand the question. Um, yes, you can have a general reading, but I'm going to come back up to Anita Kelly because I promised Anita Kelly a reading, and then I'm going to go to Fayas. If you're still there, Fayas. So Fayas, can you just please let me know that you're still there? Because it's much easier if I'm talking like kind of to you, if you know what I mean. But I am going to do read for Anita first. Anita Kelly, do we have any messages for Anita Kelly at this time? Do we have any messages for Anita at this time? Yep, 2 fell out. They literally fell out. Oh, 3 fell out. So right, I'll try and be quick about these. This is for Anita Kelly. So yes, the first one, actually, this is a little bit similar to Debbie's in the fact that the 7 of Wands, he has courage and conviction, okay, and of his beliefs and of what he's doing. So he's carrying out that fire in the belly process or project. He's doing what he came here to do, and he's happy doing it, right? And he's standing his ground, because sometimes when we follow a new path, you know, we have to have courage and conviction of what we're doing, but there's always a few cells in our body that doubt ourselves or are still following the programming, and those cells can be mirrored back to us through people in our reality, kind of telling us that we can't. So it's a little bit similar to what I said to Debbie, in the fact that these are people kind of like, they might not be doing it horribly, but you're doing something, physical action in the physical world. So you're actually doing something, right? And you know in your heart that it's the right thing for you to do because you've got courage and conviction. You're following that fire in your belly, you're following your passion, and you're feeling good about it. But there's these people that are doubting you. Okay. And it could be all sorts of things like, I can't invest that much money in it. I haven't got enough time for that. It's the usual ones. I'm not good enough for that. Or, you know, I should be doing something else. I mean, I should be people pleasing instead. That's a big one. People pleasing. These could be people that you used to people please. That's what I'm getting for you, Anita. These are people that you used to people please. You know what I mean? You used to do what they wanted, and now you're doing what you want, and it's serving you. But their nose is put out of joint, or whatever the expression is. So you're kind of upsetting a few people because you're not at their beck and call anymore. But that's okay. There's not a fight here, but there is a standing of your ground. There is a realizing who you are and what you came here to do, and to you realize what lights you up, and also you've realized what you're good at. You've realized how good you are at what you're good at, because what you're good at has gone from strength to strength, and it's just taking you to places that you haven't been before. Okay, so your channel of self-expression and your creativity is going to another level, and you're really enjoying that. It's who you are, it's what you came here to do, and you have courage and conviction that that's the direction for you, and it's really serving you. But these people, they need to go and do the same thing with their own passions, right? Because they're kind of hanging on to your coattails, I want to say, not in a bad way, but these are people that you used to put first, and you're not putting them first anymore. Very often it can be grown-up children, but it can be anyone in your family, in your friendship circle. But it's not that you're not, you're still loving them and caring about them, and you're still there for them. It's just that what you've done and what you're doing, is putting yourself first. I'm feeling quite emotional saying this, Anita, so I think there's a lot of truth in it. You're putting yourself first, and you haven't done that for so long. And he's saying, keep going. You've got courage and conviction that you're doing the right thing. And these people are all going to understand in the long run, because when we do what's right for us and we express that level of self-love, that can only help those around us, of course, because your level of self-love rises and the frequency that you're vibrating at is what is creating your reality. And so anyone in your family or in your life has to be a vibrational match. So from a quantum perspective, by when you help yourself and you follow your morals, you follow your courage, you follow the fire in your belly, you follow your convictions and your passions, you are actually helping those around you. It just doesn't look like it in the beginning. Does that make sense? But in the long term, you know, they are benefiting from your frequency. It's just the way it is. So yeah. So what's beautiful about this, because you've got 3 cards, I've got to go quick now. You've got the High Priestess. So it's you carrying on with this courage and conviction, right? That is leading to the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is a major arcana card, and she is the most intuitive card in the deck. She's the most psychic card in the deck. She has mastered her emotions, mastered her thoughts. She's reading the scriptures. Her fears are tethered at her feet. She's surrounded by her own abundance. Okay. And she's in a very powerful position, the High Priestess. So this is the archetype that your soul is embodying now. It's all really exciting, Anita. And the last card, which is so relevant to what I've been saying, is the 10 of Pentacles. Pentacles is typically money, but it also relates to all of resources. It relates to time, abundance, you know, money, energy in general. But the thing about this card is it's got the whole family. Can you see? It's got the children, the dogs, the couple, and the old man. This is about financial security and financial abundance, or let's say abundance, because we want health and happiness, right? We don't just want a million euros if we haven't got health and happiness. You know, I think most people would rather have €500,000 and have the health and happiness, if you see what I'm getting at. So I use the interpretation of abundance with pentacles, but tens are completions. There's very much an energy of for the whole family. There's abundance here for the whole family, and it's coming and it's there because you stood your ground and you stood your independence, and because you followed the fire in your belly, and because you took your creative endeavors to another level, and you didn't listen to the naysayers. You didn't listen to the naysayers, and you went ahead, and that's why you're now embodying all the archetypal qualities of the High Priestess. And the result is abundance for everybody, your whole family. And that could be your tribe family or your blood family or community. You know, it's beautiful. It's a really, really beautiful, beautiful 3 cards. Beautiful energy. Thank you for allowing me to tune in to you, Anita. I haven't read for you for so long that, something's happened, hasn't it? You're just flying high. It feels like you're flying high, but still, like all of us, with just those few cells in the back of our mind, isn't there? Of, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Should I be doing more for other people? Should I, could I, would I, all of this stuff. That's just normal. So the cards are now saying, have courage and conviction, because you are embodying the High Priestess, and that is what is creating an abundance for not just you, but your extended family. So, oh, wow, that's beautiful. I'm sending you so much love, Anita. I hope that resonates. Exciting times. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Oh, Fayaz is still there. I'm reading for Fayaz now. Fayaz is still there. Hello, Darren. Good morning. Kerry Ann, I'm just going to quickly say, you need to understand that everybody outside of you is a reflection of your own frequency. So what is my ex's current energies or emotions towards me? First of all, that would mean tuning in to them. And without their permission, I won't do that. But this is about you loving yourself. This is about you loving yourself, and asking yourself, why is it relevant to you? How they feel towards you. Yeah, that's not quite, see, that's not how energy really works, Kerry Ann. You are the writer and the director of your own film, and everything outside of you is a vibrational match to you. So if it's your ex, then they're your ex for a reason. It's because you fell out of resonance with them. So there's no, if there's no vibrational match, and the only way that you can find the right partner. I don't normally do relationship readings because I don't normally, well, I say that, but they often do come up, obviously, because they're a major part of our life. But the thing about relationships is I feel that the most important thing, especially at this time of the Great Awakening, is that you follow your enthusiasm, your excitement, your inspiration, your joys, your passions. It's so important that you do that, because that's what you came here to do, and that's what your destiny is. That's why it's fun, that's why it's exciting, that's why you're inspired, that's why you have, as I said before, the fire in your belly. That's why it's there, because the whole point is that you're meant to be doing it and living it. That's your purpose in this lifetime, to be that person, okay, that you came in here to be. Now, if there are people coming into your path on the way, then that's fine, because they're all coming in to help us grow and help us learn. Whether they stay in our life or not is irrelevant. It's about us growing and evolving. And if you want to find your divine partner in life, you don't need to go looking for them, because they will be there on the path when you follow your heart. And I don't mean your conditioned, programmed heart to, like, you're feeling lost because you've lost someone and you want to get them back, because you haven't learned to go within and to process the grief and to actually listen to what it is that your soul wants you to do, if that makes sense. So it's the healing for everything and anything is always be who you came here to be, and the people that you need will be on that path. You don't need to go looking. You don't need to go off on a tangent to find people. Just, you need to be doing what your heart is telling you to do. And the divine partners will be there. They'll be on that path, because they are also part of your destiny. They're part of your destiny. So they will be there while you're doing what it is that you want to be doing. Excuse me. Does that make sense, Kerry Ann? I'm reading for Fayaz now. Darren, if you want a reading, you need to say yes, please, because I don't want to read for anyone that doesn't want to be read for. So, Fayaz, I'm reading for you now. Oh, thank you, Anita. I appreciate that. Yes. Oh, you're welcome, Kerry Ann. You're welcome, Kerry Ann. I hope that made sense for you. It's always good to have a general reading, because then the readings will go where your soul wants you to go. Because what I'm really doing is reading your soul. And so we really want to know what our souls want us to do. But this is for Fayaz. Fayaz, is that your real name? Is that your real spelling, I want to say? I know it's Dutch, isn't it? Here we go. Fayaz. Do we have a message for Fayaz, please? Thank you. Okay, this is interesting. It's not actually dissimilar to the previous message, and this often happens when I go live. I find that the message is all, basically the message is the same, wrapped up in different wrapping. And I think it's obviously very reflective of probably something in my life as well, because obviously I'm creating my reality as well, and so there's a vibrational match going on. I'm not sort of ignoring that part, but I think also there's a lot of collective energies going on. And so what I'm getting at here you've got 3 fires, and the first one is the 7 of swords. Swords are thoughts. And he's actually stealing these swords. So that swords are air and they're mental processes. So it includes your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas, your beliefs, and he's actually stealing them. So this card in typical tarot is actually a sign of deceit and untrustworthiness, which doesn't sound very nice, I know, but if there's anybody outside of you who is being deceitful to you or that you cannot trust, let's remember the mirror. So they're mirroring back to you a part of you that is being deceitful and that you can't trust. Now, obviously, there's going to be parts of us that are deceitful and that we can't trust. And because we are the whole universe, right, in one human being. I know I can talk at this level with you, Payas. So we're not just a drop in the ocean. We're the whole ocean in one drop, aren't we? So we're not just a human being in the universe. We're the whole universe in one human being. And often we could have qualities from other lifetimes that come into play and stuff like that. We've got inherited stuff, haven't we? Inherited emotions, and we've got programming. We've got programmed beliefs from society, from family, all sorts of things going on. So when we the area in which we tend to not trust ourselves or we are deceitful is very often to ourselves, isn't it? Very often we're deceitful to ourselves when we say we can't do something, or I need to do something a certain way. I need to be socially acceptable. No, you don't. No, you don't. Don't be socially acceptable. Not in the broader society. What do they say about it is no measure of sanity to be oh, I can't remember the quote. What is it? There is no measure of sanity to be well adjusted to a maladjusted society. Oh, well, to be well adjusted to an insane society. I don't know, something like that. I think you know what I'm trying to say. So this can be a case of you deceiving yourself by thinking that you can't do something that your soul is asking you to do. That is often the case. But also it can be, this card can come up with, don't believe everything you see outside of you. We know that as well, don't we? Especially from social media feeds. Don't believe everything you hear or see. Because remember that, well, on some level, it's coming in as a resonance to you, right? So this is why you have so many people arguing in the world, because their social media feed is going to be a vibrational match to them. So let's say they have an opinion, then their social media feed is going to reflect that opinion and give them more of it. And somebody with the opposing opinion is going to have posts that resonate, that are a vibrational match to that opinion, to their opinion. So this is why we all start gaining, I've got all this research, I've seen so much information about this, and this person's seen all of that information about the opposite, right? So you can't take any of it seriously, because you have to ask yourself, why is this person seeing these posts, and why is this person seeing these posts? It's the same when you research something. It's the same when you look at, for example, flat earthers versus globes, right? Now, I used to be a flat earther, so I'm saying this from that perspective. But then I realized that we're all creating our own reality. And when we bring our consciousness through our mental processes, through our beliefs and our opinions and our ideas and our thoughts, and then we talk about them, and then we take action, right? Thought, word, deed. That is how we create in the physical. So in one way, the earth is flat and a globe. It's both. And in another way, it's neither, because everything that we're perceiving outside of us is a holographic projection to us. So it either they both exist, because those that are believing that it's flat and are researching are getting all that information to confirm that it's flat, which strengthens their belief. So that belief, they then talk about it, they take action on it, and they create it. So yes, of course, they live in a world where the earth is flat. And those that believe that it's a globe are doing exactly the same as well. Okay, so for them, yes, because there isn't just one world. We think there is, don't we? Because of all this collective stuff that we keep seeing, right? But there isn't one world. We're all creating our own. And so that's why it's so important that we understand that, so that we don't start arguing, because there's all this arguing. That's what he's saying, Fayaz, that there's a lot of arguing going on. And this is also about, don't believe everything you think. Don't believe everything that you think. Just like imagine all thoughts are like balloons. Okay. And so you can look at all these balloons floating around above you. I love this analogy. It really helped me a lot. So there's all these balloons, right? Now they've all got strings on them and you can pull a balloon in, right? So now I'm talking about this concept. So it's a thought, right? So I'm pulling this balloon in and I'm talking about it, right? With my thoughts and my opinions and my beliefs. That's what I'm doing now, right? Now, the point is, I can let go of that balloon. I'm not attached to that balloon. So if somebody argues with me, it's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And maybe as I evolve and expand into higher levels of consciousness, I will change my beliefs and change my thoughts and change my ideas, and my balloons will change. And I can pull one in and talk about it, and I can let it go. So what this card is saying is be careful of holding on too tightly to your balloons. Because what happens is we get a thought, we talk about it, and we get really attached to it. And we know that when we expand into higher levels of consciousness, we know that our thoughts and our beliefs change, don't they? I mean, somebody, might think that the world is an unsafe place, and somebody else thinks that the world is a safe place. Well, that's a higher frequency belief to hold, isn't it? So our beliefs change as we raise our frequency. So if you hang on tight to a thought and you defend it and you keep defending it, you're actually stopping your own evolution because you're so attached to this thought, which is vibrating at a certain frequency, and you're keeping yourself rooted at that frequency. We need to let go of the balloons. We need to let go of the balloons. And when we let go of the balloons, there's this feeling of lightness. So we can have all these thoughts, we can have all these ideas, of course. We can act on them, we can do anything we like with them. But if we get too attached to them, then that's when we start defending them. That's putting us in a state of contraction. And we want to expand. And you've got the high priestess as well, which is beautiful. Like I said before, the fears are tethered at her feet. She's reading the scriptures, which means she's learning all this stuff, right? The scriptures to me now are, Greg Braden, Joe Dispenza, Robert Edward Grant, Matthias de Stefano, all these people, I would say, are the scriptures. But anyway, just the teachers that are teaching this stuff. But also she's surrounded by her abundance, but she's embodied the qualities of the high priestess. That's powerfully intuitive and psychic. I mean, she's at a very, very, expanded level of awareness. And the last card is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles, pages are opportunities and offers that are coming in for you. And Pentacles is typically abundance. So there's opportunities and offers of abundance coming in for you. This is what I'm getting. I don't know whether it's resonating at all, Fayaz, but there's some beliefs that are triggering you, or you've been triggered by something and you're holding on to the opposite balloon. And it doesn't matter if whatever triggered you is right or wrong. There is no right and wrong. Remember, there is a field. Rumi said, there is a field beyond right and wrong. I'll meet you there. Go there. Go to that field where there's no right and wrong. There is only the human experience. There's only the human experience. Unfortunately, in our present human experience, there's lots of angry people trying to be right. but it's more important to be kind than to be right. And that kindness, Fayaz, needs to start with you, needs to start with yourself. Because when we are holding on tightly to a thought balloon, we're in a state of contraction, and that's not kind to you, is it? That's not an act of self-love. Let go of the balloon and you feel the relief and you feel the peace. It's not your thought to defend. It's not your argument to have. In a quantum manifestation perspective, it's not your wave to collapse. Your wave to collapse is peace. Peace is who you really are. And the peace comes when you let go of the balloons. And when you have that relief and that peace inside of you, and then you observe from a place of neutrality and from a place of peace, then you collapse into form, peace. We collapse into form, not physically collapse on the floor. It means to bring into form. We bring into form that which we are. So he's saying, please remember that you are peace, and that's how you're going to create peace, and opportunities and offers coming in for you to do just that, to create more peace. Does that make sense? Sending you so much love, Fayaz. I hope you're well, and that you could still get to enjoy Valencia Day, even though it's raining. Sending you so much love. I hope that resonates. Let me know. We kind of took it to another level there, Fayaz. Hi, Sue. Thank you, Nimira, for subscribing and liking and everything. I appreciate that. I'm just seeing if there's any. Yes, it is. Ha ha, he says. Okay, does that resonate? High like 6. Is AJ in a relationship with Haja? I'm not going to answer questions like that, East Side girl. Is AJ in a relationship with Haja? That's just like, I'm sorry, that's not the kind of reading that I do. I'm doing tarot wisdom, not nosiness. Hi, Christy Bull. Thank you so much. Thank you, Fayaz. Okay, I'm coming back up. Where did I get to? Right, Vigi Gounden. Are you? You're on YouTube. Brilliant. I want to plug my YouTube channel. It's my passion. It's my baby. The reason I love my YouTube channel so much is because one of my gifts is talking, as you may have noticed already. And it's when I was younger, I was always told to be quiet. Often our gifts work against us until we're aware of them. And so I was always told to be quiet. And I used to try and go to parties and stuff and stay quiet, and it never worked. And then I ended up hating myself because I was talking so much. And that's not good. But very often, as I said, our gifts can go against us until we're aware that they are gifts. So now I realize that my soul is happy. My soul is nurtured by talking tarot wisdom, right? And I can't keep doing it to my nearest and dearest. So that's why I have my YouTube channel and I go live on Facebook like this, because it enables me to express my soul and express my authenticity without giving my husband a reason to divorce me, without, bashing anybody's eardrums, because you can tune in and you can tune out and it's fine. It's fine. So you listen if you want to, and you don't if you don't want to. So it's a win-win situation, which is why it makes me so happy. So yes, I'm going to just do a general reading for Vigi Gounden. Gounden. I don't know what kind of, the trouble on YouTube is people don't always use their real names. Oh, I don't know whether that one just fell out or whether I didn't put it in from last time. So let's give it a go. Okay, we have 2 cards. No, we don't. We have 3 cards for Vigi Gounden. Oh, wow, you've got the Lovers card. Now this is beautiful, and the world card. I don't know you either, and you've got all your dreams and wishes coming true. So Viji, I don't know who you are, so this is really interesting. Let me just feel into this. So very often this means if you are in a relationship, it means that it is a divine relationship. If you're whether you're in a relationship or not, this card is saying up your self-love. Up your self-love by following your heart and all the things that I've already said. So up your self-love, put yourself first, because the more you raise your frequency, the more you're going to raise the frequency of that around you, because that's how it works. The world card means that something's coming to a completion. That doesn't mean an end. It means that something's completed. So if you're like got a creative project, you could be painting a picture, writing a book, or starting a relationship. This card doesn't symbolize the end of it. It symbolizes the completion of it. So the painting is completed and can now be, looked at and benefited from, I want to say. If you're writing a book, for example, the book is completed, but now you're benefiting from it. So if it's a relationship, you've now realized that relationship and you're benefiting from it. Does that make sense? There's a completion. And so I think if it's a relationship, that I think there's something powerful here about a relationship. And this is dreams and wishes, all your dreams and wishes coming true. So this is definitely a divine relationship. If you're not in a relationship, then this is about you learning to love yourself. So while you're on my YouTube channel, I do suggest, Viji, that you check out my Lessons in Awakening. Scroll down until you see Lessons in Awakening. They're little 20-minute bite-sized videos about you are a multidimensional being, the importance of mastering your thoughts, the importance of mastering your emotions, power of forgiveness, blah, 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 all of this, understanding triggers, understanding how we create our reality, all those little lessons in awakening that we need at this time, because that's what's going to help you understand the power and importance of loving yourself. And loving yourself doesn't just mean doing what you want. Loving yourself is actually, like, it doesn't feel good to judge people. It feels good to love people. So the self-love goes all the way up to that level of consciousness where you no longer judge anybody or anything, right? And I don't think any of us are up that level, are we? Because we're still judging. So that the acts of self-love, in the beginning, self-love is leaving an abusive relationship, right? And then the next stage would be following your heart and embracing your independence. And then the next stage would be, I don't know what, but then looking after your health and stuff like that. But you keep going until in the end, you understand that you are peace, you are love, and you are peace. And that feeling of love and peace that you have within, nothing is worth losing that. And so then you navigate the world from a level of consciousness that doesn't lose that love and peace in your heart, because that's the final ultimate act of self-love. Does that make sense? I don't know. I hope so. I hope so. And I'm just going to scroll down, but I do have to go now. It sounds like the rain has cleared up and I want to get out before it starts again. Anybody else? Darren, I'm going to pull a card for you now. Then I'll just pull a quick card for you now. Hi, Christy Ball, Jojo, wisdom readings. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to pull a quick card for Darren, but I will have to go after that, I'm afraid. But please check out my YouTube channel. I do monthly and sometimes weekly. I haven't done the last couple of weeks, to be fair, but I do monthly and weekly tarot readings on my channel. So please check that out. And of course, you can go to my website at www.deborahjanesutton.com and you can book a tarot wisdom reading with me. You could also book a heart opening healing, a soul reading to find out what your purpose is in this lifetime, and clarity from a tarot wisdom reading as well, which I call the full works. That's the healing, the soul reading, and the tarot reading. So the full works is all available as well, or you can just book a tarot wisdom reading on its own. Right, so this is for Darren. Darren, you've got the Emperor. Powerful, powerful, powerful. It's a major arcana. It's a very masculine energy. So he's saying, step into your power, step into your masculine energy. That's where your power lies at the moment. That's what he's saying. Obviously, we want a balance, don't we? We all need a balance of the divine masculine and divine feminine, regardless of what gender we've incarnated as. It's also got this masculine energy that he has could also represent a father figure. So there could be some issues related to your father or a father figure. He's an authority energy, this card, the Emperor. And so it could be an authority figure in your life that was quite domineering or dominant in your younger days, that still got some impact going on. So it does sometimes imply that there's some healing around father issues, but also his main qualities is about stepping into your power and understanding that you are a creator being. He is Aries. He represents Aries. The full moon that we had yesterday, the day before, was the full moon in Aries. And Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is the warring planet. So there's quite a warring energy. There's almost like a desire to fight. So I think what he's saying is the divine masculine isn't fighting. The divine masculine is stepping back and holding space for people to heal themselves. He's not wading in. He doesn't have an ego. He's not operating from his pain body. He's operating from a place of inner authority, taking authority for himself, not giving that power and that authority to anybody outside of him. I think there's a message there for you. But he's also a fire sign, of course. Aries is a fire sign. So like the others, we've had a lot of wands, haven't we, today? So he is very fiery and courageous and strong and confident in what he's creating, and realizing that that he has the power to heal himself, and that will be reflected into the reality that he's creating. So yeah, a very empowering card here. I don't know if that resonates or not, Darren. I hope it does on some level, but I am going to have to go. So lots of love to everybody. Enjoy Valencia Day if you're in Valencia, and I am sending love to everybody. And bye for now. But I've got to find out how to end this now.